You guys know me and Lost Craft Beers get together quite well. I think there might have been only one beer that didn't really meet my expectations, but for the most part, they make some damn good beer. So with that said, let me introduce to you the newest to me that I've seen from Lost Craft. Beer. Hello everybody, welcome back to me, mate Brewski, from the Brewski Review. And today the beer that I have for you guys, like I said, is by the Lost Craft Brewery out in Toronto, Ontario. We have today their Skyline Brut IPA. Right? Brut, yep, Brut IPA. I haven't seen Bruts in a while. They seemed to be a little popular maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago for a little bit. I don't think they really caught on, but it's glad to see that they're back, because you know what, it's a style that's pretty damn cool. Because they get very dry as far as beers and IPAs go, so quite excited about this. 6.2% alcohols by volume. No listed IBUs here on the very blue can. Nothing on the website, funny enough, and on Untapped, no IBUs listed there either. So without further ado, let's crack this bad boy open. Let's see what we got. Pouring again into the fixed gear glass. Let's give her a pour. I did a project on Brut IPAs that was in second semester, if I'm not mistaken. Looking at the beer itself, straw, pale yellow indeed. A little bit of haze going on there. Nice white head on top. Solid stuff. Give it a smell. On the nose, very light and refreshing. Pine, grapefruit, notes of cucumber, lemon, lime as well. Yeah, pine, grapefruit, a little bit, cucumber, and lemon lime. Yeah, very clean, very crisp, extremely refreshing. Aromas, definitely gonna hopefully transition over to the flavors. So let's do it. On the flavors, extremely crisp, drying, little bits of pine, touch of grapefruit in there, going in again to that lemon lime characteristic, but there is a bit of sweetness in here. It's kind of between a melon and a cucumber. Sweetness there, pops up for a quick second and then leaves fairly quickly. Bruts are extremely dry. They have a very low final gravity. They're almost like what are they listed as again? Or somewhat similar to, or like named after, like a champagne-y sort of IPA, if I'm not mistaken. That's not a real thing, but very similar to champagne, whether they're crisp, dry, very low sugared drinks, but pretty good stuff. Cheers everybody. Let's keep on drinking. Yeah, the cucumber works in there, but that little bit of a melony sweetness coming through just seems to not fit perfectly in this drier, more mellowed out, flavored IPA style of IPA or sub-style of IPA. The best way I can sort of describe this into some people that if they haven't had a Brut, or at least with this one, to something similar, is those calorie conscious light lagers where they're much lower on beer flavor, like typical beer flavor, but accentuates so much refreshment and crispiness. That's kind of what's going on here. As far as IPAs go, it's extremely light. Even some, I wouldn't say this one's airy, but sometimes probably a touch airy. But the crispness of it, the refreshingness of it is really where you're gonna win with this style. It's crisp, it's refreshing. It's 6.2%, so you'll get that extra bit of buzz. You're not sacrificing a lot of things. Yeah, this one is definitely best compared to, say, a lighter lager in beer in typical style, flavor, intensity. But with that, really shooting up that crispiness, that refreshment of the style itself. Solid stuff. Let's see what it has to say. Lost Craft Skyline Brut IPA. 6.2% ABV, no listed IBUs. On the back we do have a description. Skyline is a small batch brewed all-natural Brut IPA, brewed dry with a unique hop blend. Based in Toronto, Canada, Lost Craft embraces diversity and is committed to being active in the communities where we operate. Find your craft, lostcraft.beer. On the side, contains barley, return for refund, blah blah blah. No ingredients listed, no IBUs listed, but is there a canned on date? Yes, there is. August 19th, 2020. So, you know, a couple months old. Actually, no, only a month and a bit old, but hey, still tasting strong, still tasting delicious. Damn, that's refreshing. Over on the website, lostcraft.ca, you come over here, and the funny thing about this is that there is no beer page, which is weird. You do have a shop page, but there's no beer on there. And if I go to the lostcraft.beer, it shoots me straight here to lostcraft.ca. Interesting. You got glassware, you got apparel, you got a belt, and you got contact. Order Lost Craft through the LCBO website. They do have a link to that. But, oh wait, I lied. Scroll down a little bit. Here we go. Our beers. My bad. Oh, never mind. Page does not exist. That's one thing I've noticed with the whole pandemic COVID thing, is that a lot of breweries have moved away from having a dedicated beer page. Lost Craft is one of those guys, because I know they had a dedicated beer page before. Usually it was moved, all that stuff got moved over to, say, an online shop page. But if Lost Craft isn't doing any beer sales through themselves, it's a little weird that they don't have a dedicated page. If I go to the order through the LCBO, it just shoots me straight to the LCBO website. So Lost Craft, I don't know what happened there. Why'd you get rid of your beer page? You kind of need it for people to want to see what you're offering. That's just my humble opinion. Moving over to Untappd though, Skyline has been given a 3.56 bottle caps out of 5, and that's out of 64 ratings. It's light, it's crisp, it's refreshing, but it's still 6.2%, so be careful. You might be able to slam these quicker than most IPAs, but 6.2, it is a little higher than 5, obviously. It's not crazy high, but they will catch up to you. Over on the LCBO website, if you want to pick up Skyline, you're going to be paying $3.25, seems to be that average again, for the 473 ml can. $3.25 for a beer style that isn't brewed too often, and is sitting at over 6%, even if it's just by a hair, it's still over. A solid price, because you're getting a damn good, super refreshing brew. So really good stuff on that part. Overall, even though it's not the most flavor intense style of beer or style or sub-style of IPA, that refreshment on here is top notch. So with that said, guys, cheers on the final sip. Let's get right to ratings and wrap this thing up. Lost Craft Skyline. One named after obviously a skyline, but more importantly, the blue does remind me. They got I think there was a little bit of help from the Nissan Skyline in Too Fast, Too Furious. This is just the blue. It reminds me of that. Whenever I see Skyline, I think of the Skyline from Too Fast, Too Furious. Great fucking car, indeed, and solid movie. But going back to the main point of the video, Skyline. It's beautiful. It's super refreshing, nice and crisp, fairly dry, but not not going to suck the moisture out of your mouth. Sounds a little weird, but moving forward, great stuff all around. A solid 7.9 out of 10 for me. As for presentation, the cans always look pretty damn great. Matte finishes on them, but you know, solid stuff. No IBUs, no ingredients, but there is a description, and best of all, clearly labeled canned on date on the bottom. As for the website, the lack of a dedicated beer page, I can't let that slide. Lost Craft, I'm pretty sure you had it before COVID. Why did it go away? You're a brewery selling beer. Have a beer page. It would make sense to have the main page of what you're selling. Yes, people would like, you know, apparel and glassware, but if they don't know what beers you're offering, rather than going to a third party, especially the LCBO website, that just seems counterintuitive in my opinion. So bring back that beer page, show off your stuff, be proud of it, and I think the presentation mark would shoot all the way up. But as it stands right now, even with that website looking pretty beautiful, without that beer page, it's really gonna hurt some of my own marks for it. Overall presentation gets a solid 5 out of 10 for me. Before I leave you guys, if you have any comments, questions, or beers you want to review in the future, you can leave all that information down in the comment box below. If you want to go ahead and like this video or subscribe to me, Mate Bruski, that'd be greatly appreciated as well. And with all that said, that's gonna do it for me, Mate Bruski. Like I always say, crack a beer and enjoy. Cheers. Lost Craft Skyline Brut IPA. It's a style that's not really brewed, but goddamn is it delicious. And do I want to see more? Hell yeah. Cheers.